I'd just like to speak to you about age limit for PhD. Usually, there is no age limit to do PhD at any point of time, in anywhere in the world or in any university. There is no mandatory thing that you need to PhD at up to this age. You can do PhD even at the age of 40, 50, 60, 80. Okay, at any point of time, you are eligible to do PhD as long as you have passion for research. So today we are going to discuss the very important thing about the age limit, because recently I have written some 3 articles on my website, PhDstudytips.com. What could be the age limit to do PhD in Australia, in India, or in Canada? Some articles I have written. So I want to bring to my subscribers some of the important things that I have put there in gist. The first thing is, when you do your PhD during 40s and 50s, there are so many practical problems which I want to discuss. Before that, usually people do PhD during 30s nowadays. Maybe 30 to 35 years is the usual time that they pursue PhD. But otherwise, if they neglect during that stage, during the early stages, in the future, the things would be very different. Like when you do your PhD at 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, even I know some people have done during 80 years time too. Whatever may be, these are some practical problems. The first problem is whether to opt full-time or part-time PhD. Now, there are problems in both. If your age is 40, 50s or 60s, there are some problems. Now, for example, you take full-time PhD, and when you take full-time PhD, you need to mingle with those candidates, students, PhD students around you who are very much younger to you, because usually in PhD full-time, we see candidates who have just completed their masters and joining. So usually you have to face the younger generation, and it is very tough task to deal with them because you are very mature and experienced guy, whereas they are not that much. So you need to possess one good quality, that is humility. People may treat you differently there. So that is where humility plays a great role, and you have some like problems in adjusting if someone looks you down because you are a full-time with younger generation. There will be some situations where people may look upon like in different sense, like they may not respect you sometimes, they may treat you as that of their younger generation, or sometimes imagination problems or adjustment problems, maturity problems. Many are there that you need to face a lot of pressure upon doing full-time with younger generation. That's one problem if you join full-time during your 50s or 60s or 40s. And the second problem is if you join part-time. Part-time PhD sucks in time. Part-time PhD takes longer time, up to 9 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. And you are already aged. You are already into 50s, 40s or 60s. And if you spend some 10 more or 8 more years, 9 more years in that way, your age still goes ahead. It is a bar. So that is why I tell you, part-time PhD also is a problem if you are an aged person. That is why you have to take it challenging both the ways. If you join full-time, you can finish it in 4 years, or part-time, you can finish it in 7 years or up to 10 years if there are some problems. So anything, but you need to take it as a challenge. This is one practical problem. And the second problem is whether the supervisor be elder to you or younger to you. And there are again problems. If your PhD supervisor is elder to you, then the problem is because he is elder to you, he may not consider your age to finish PhD. He may not have that soft corner about your age because he's elder to you. He expects the same amount of research strength as that of others who are younger. That is why if you opt for elder ones, he has no mercy for you. He has no understanding for you. But it will again be a time delay. He may sometimes ask you to do stricter things because he's elder to you, and you have to take the challenge. Whereas if you choose a younger supervisor who is younger to you, he or she may guide you, may guide you properly, but may feel somehow shy sometimes, somehow not feeling free with you because you are elder to your supervisors. So there are some practical problems in, again, with the mind setup and the way you both deal with. So there are again some problems. So you have to take a challenge, whether he is elder to you or younger to you. You have to make sure to go rightly. And the third problem, when your age is 50s or 60s, there are family problems, first problem, and the second, there are health problems. Now, there is a lot of pressure during 40s and 50s with your family, your sons and daughters growing up, and they are at the time of settlement, and you need to spend a lot of money for them to make them settle down, or for getting into marriage, or yes, you need to spend a lot of money, and you have a lot of pressure to earn money, or else you have a lot of pressure to look after your family during 40s and 50s. And if you join PhD, this is a big stress. Your family is a big stress to you sometimes. So you have to think about that, and you have to take it as a challenge. And another problem is your health problem. You may have health problems surely during 40s and 50s, which is sometimes may hinder your research. You cannot do field work as effective as that of younger generation. So you have to take care of your health to do some field work in a challenging way. So it is all determination. It is all the way you think that changes the world around you when you are doing your PhD during 50s or 40s or 60s, whatever may be. Recently I have written one article on PhD, age limit for PhD in Australia, where I have given one woman example. She completed her PhD at 82. So 82 is not a simple thing to complete, and she in Australia she's the eldest one who completed PhD during at that point of age. So you can do it if you want. This is what I have written in my article. You can do it if you want at any point of age, because there is no age limit at all to do PhD in anywhere in the world. So I wish you, all those people who are 40s and 50s, who are or 60s, who are aspiring to do your PhD, please take all these points which I have discussed right here and keep it in your mind, and when you come across those challenges, face them strongly, and I wish you best of luck. Thank you. Visit my website, phdstudytips.com.